Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Yes. So after a long time, seeing very good crowd, because when you have studied intermediate, it was COVID and all, no. So therefore, you did not get the chance to sit in the face-to-face class. So again, after quite a long time, so for final, we are meeting in face-to-face class. Thank you for opting for face-to-face, because as a teacher, we get energy only in face-to-face classes. Online class means seeing the camera, what energy, what motivation, correct or not. So therefore, only benches, camera, etc. and all. That's why always I prefer face-to-face classes, because even we get some kind of enthusiasm while taking the classes. Yes. And so beginning, you will be having lot of excitement, and maybe morning you would have got up, bath, etc. you would have done, and you would come. So like this you will do for 1 week. Okay. After 1 week, what will happen? It's okay, same class only, no. We will go for online mode. Okay. And thereafter, online only, no. We can see later also, anyhow he is giving backup. So therefore, we can watch recorded classes. Correct? So that is how it's going to be. Please prove me wrong. Okay. Done? Because what will happen is that every time I see the students, initial classes will be full. Just look into the classroom once. We will discuss about it after 1 month. Okay. So after 1 month we will know the reality. And please don't think that we have multiple options, recorded we can watch, etc. and all, because many of you might have purchased lot of Google Drive classes, say it be FR, AFM, DT, etc. and all. Be honest with me, really did you complete watching? No. You will sit first to get the mood to sit and watch the class itself. It will take lot of effort, and the moment you sit and start watching, some deviation, mobile, some WhatsApp will come, and hardly 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, we will take a break, and thereafter we will watch, like that you will think, but you would not have completed. Correct? Whether you completed, anyone here who purchased a Google Drive classes and completed 100%? No. But face to face, you will complete. Because the moment you come and sit in the class, what will happen? Whether you like it or you don't like it, you have to sit for 2.5 hours, whatever it may be. And because of which, others are listening, but you will also feel like peer pressure will be there. Others are listening, they will clear and go. What if we fail? Like that, this thought will come. So therefore, you will also be attentive in the class. Got it? Even I will also not let you sleep in the class. And therefore, face to face, if you have opted, best, please do attend regularly. Even those who are attending online live also, I am requesting you, to the extent possible, get up early and sit and attend the class. Don't sleep and attend the class. Okay. Because online live means I will not be able to see, like Mahavishnu force they will be. Mahavishnu can do that, but you should not. Okay. Then, sir, why regular batch? So this batch is regular batch, and maybe students, you can sit in the front and all, you have space, no? In life, rarely we get the opportunity to come forward. Okay. So please come forward, so that the others who are coming late, they can sit in the last. And I was referring to regular batch. Why regular batch? Many students were asking me this, sir, why you take this many hours? Because we have scheduled it to 180 plus hours. That's how we scheduled it. So 180 hours of classes. So too much, no sir, for a 100-mark subject. That too for IDT. For IDT, 180 hours. Come on, sir. Maybe if it is FR, AFM, we will agree. DT also will agree. For IDT, why sir 180 hours? See dear, actually speaking, there are a lot of faculties in India and lot of All India Rank 1 holders who give a lot of unsolicited advices. YouTube is full of advices. The moment you open YouTube, everyone, Those who cleared CA final yesterday, today he will post one video. So telling that, do this, follow that. Because now everyone has become a content creator, and now previously we need to think to create content. Now thanks to ChatGPT, Claude, so it will give ideas. What content to make? Make a prompt, it will give, and you speak. So it's so easy. But the problem is that ICI is not what you think. ICI, what it will do, I'll tell you. So you take a recent attempt. Last 2-3 attempts, AFM paper was normal. It was not difficult because it's a non-core subject. For CA, you know what is a core subjects? What is a core subject for CA? FR, audit and DT. These are the 3 core subjects. And AFM as well as IDT, these are all not core. IBS, first of all, it's not a subject, okay? So it's a torture, it's not called a subject, and we'll discuss about it later. So this AFM, no one thought that the paper will be this much difficult. What is difficult, sir? Difficulty is simple. Something which comes out of the regular pattern, we call it as difficult. You understood? Not that difficult means they have created something out of the box, or they have taken CFA level 3 paper and they have given. No, nothing of that sort. It is in your syllabus only. But what we do is that we do a selective preparation because we like to achieve the success in shortcuts. We don't want to put the hard work. We don't want to undergo the process, but we want success in shortcut. When we want success in shortcut, what we will do? We'll make a selective preparation. ABC analysis, or these chapters alone we will be thorough with. So we, rather than going for regular, we will go for exam oriented, Q&A batch, or some other quick reference batch, something different names people are bringing, and we go for it because our objective is hours should be less. But remember, when your mother gives you birth in 2 months, no? You understood what I am telling? How you are not at all alive here. It will take 9 months minimum. Okay. So 8 months means you have to be into the incubator, and therefore it's not that easy. So there is no shortcut for success there. Na? Your mother cannot think of fast track batch, whether there is anything of that sort. No. So certain things it will take time, and we have to undergo that process and trust that process. And that's the reason why, you know, regular batch is always my choice, and I will be pushing it because last attempt to before attempt and all, people were telling, sir, you said lot of things, sir, but not everything came in exam, sir. How come everything comes in exam? If everything comes in exam, indirect tax should be for 400 marks. Then why do we learn everything? Because we don't know what ICI will test. So why should we learn 100%? Just imagine a doctor who is doing MBBS and thereafter this MS etc. and all. He skips few chapters, okay, and he wrote the exam, he cleared, and now he is a practitioner, and you went to him, sir, I have a stomach ache, sir. Sorry pa, the 2 chapters I did not study, so therefore I cannot treat you like that. Will he tell? Will he be able to tell? No, right? So we have to learn. Come on. You know, they are giving the entire nation's future in your hands. And multiple times, multiple places, they are telling CA is not just any other course, like engineering course or a doctor course or a MBA course to just make money. You have responsibility, idiots. You have responsibility. When you have responsibility, when you have accountability, you need to learn and you need to face the exam. Don't blame ICI. There is no point in blaming ICI. ICI is like this. You know that. You know when you started foundation itself and you realized it when you were in intermediate. There is no point in cribbing about it. Correct? We know how our enemy is, how our opponent is. Now we need to gear up. Understood or not? And don't think ICI, okay, fine, so we can just let that clear. No. But is clearing CA final that difficult, sir? No, yaar, it's not difficult and all. Only thing, if you change your perception about studies, it will be easy. What is it? Perception. Rather than making a selective preparation, make a vow that I want to cover everything in the study material and go for exam. Show me one question paper, one question which is out of your study material. No. Faculty would not have covered. Seriously. They will tell, follow this. I will also tell. Mighty 50 questions, top 50 questions. Follow this and go for exam. But none of that question will come. Sometimes it will come. So when it comes, at the time I will post a video. See, everything is from my 50 questions only. So join my classes so that you will clear. Next attempt, out of that none of the question will come. I will not post video. Okay, I will not post video, but I will post. I say it's too much, so they should not torture students like this, because we will never accept our failure. We will always try to blame others. So therefore, in the flow, we will also come. You understood what is happening? So please don't go into this process. Nothing wrong in studying important questions, but studying only important questions is wrong. You understood what I am telling? So we should have 100% coverage. That too, the source is what? Study material. Even if there is a mistake in the study material, we should learn that mistake also. Please try to understand this, because study material will have lot of mistakes, and suggested answer is prepared based on the study material only. So therefore, there are a lot of assumptions. There are changes in the way of approach. So because of that reason, we have to follow what ICI says and what is it in reality. I will tell you both. But what is it in reality is for your knowledge purpose. But what is it in ICI is for exam purpose. So in the class, we are going to balance both. And whatever knowledge that I am going to give you, not 100% is useful for exam, because 50% is only useful for exam. Remaining 50% is useful for your life, which starts after exam. Because the moment you clear CA, previously and all CA course, only few students used to come. So only for top front benchers. But now not like that. Everyone is going into CA thanks to the coaching centers, including us. So what we do is that we will tell, because we need to survive, no? So for the sake of that, we will tell CA course is easy, dead easy. You come easily, you can clear like that. No, we will bring lot of crowd into them. So we will push them into the ocean. And when we start pushing them into the ocean, they have to swim, no other go. Some people will swim and come to the shore, some people will drown in that way itself. And now that there are a lot of people who are jumping into the sea, people will come out. Now there is a competition. The real competition will start after CA final qualification. The moment you do CA, you are getting the membership. The next torture will start. That torture is so much, compared to that you can write CA final 4 times. Seriously, you need to go to the interview, and there we don't know what type of questions that they will be asking. And suppose if it is a core domain, there are a lot of core domains. Indirect tax also nowadays a core domain. They will be taking people into specialization on indirect taxes. So at that time, when they are asking few questions, we cannot tell that, no sir, I prepared from exam point of view like that. So we should be able to answer that. So for that, I will prepare, sir, 100 interview questions. Some idiot will post in YouTube, I will follow that and go. What is the guarantee that out of that 100, because the interviewer also should have watched that video only. Then only he will ask the questions from that. Otherwise, he will ask out of his own only, right? So therefore, nothing wrong in learning the subject heartfully, thoroughly. Is that clear? So that if ICI makes a particular attempt paper difficult, say it could be November 26 for IDT, or it could be May 27 for IDT, we don't know, na? They have choice, 6. They will choose inky, pinky, ponky like that, and they will make, okay, this attempt, let's torture this paper like that. So when they are doing that, what if you were caught into indirect tax into that particular attempt? That's the reason why prepare all subjects thoroughly. And there is an added advantage also. You take IBS. In IBS, there is no hard and fast rule for preparation of IBS according to my knowledge. Even initially I also started, maybe IBS classes are required like that. Initially we started. After starting, I came to know actually our IBS classes are not required. That's true. if you are thorough with 5 subjects, FR, AFM, Audit, DT, IDT, IBS is a cakewalk for you. So I have interviewed almost many rankers in the last 5-6 attempts from when IBS started. From there, every time my question will be constant, what is your preparation strategy for IBS? And the answer also will be constant, there is no specific strategy, sir. We are thorough with the 5 subjects, and SPOMA, SPOMB, we prepared and we wrote the exam. You understood? Unlike others, somehow they will write, I don't know how here. So there and all 90s and 95s and all, they will tell 2 days. This LinkedIn I have seen many places. I prepared for 2 days and I got 90 plus in SPOM A and B. If you want to know the strategy, give your mail ID, comment on the mail ID. They're collecting data here. They can tell no directly strategy. Why they are collecting data, I don't know. And you know, lot of Tharkuris also will comment there, their mail IDs. Why are you giving your data there? Yeah? And then what is that strategy? I really don't know. Somehow they will prepare and they will be getting SPOM A and B. Anyhow, it is an open book system only. So that alone, maybe you can take chance. You can take the books with some index, etc. But these 5 subjects, if you are thorough na, in given 4 hours, you will be able to attempt for 100 marks. But the problem is in IBS is that everyone will start searching. You take a suitcase. So 1 or 2 trolley bags you will be taking. And these 2 trolley bags of books, every book, institute study material, at that time only you will see study material for the first time. And study materials, author books, and this book, that book, some spiral binding book, everything you will take. Where from you will have time to sit and search and write here. They are not giving iPad. If they give iPad na, in IBS everyone will get 90 marks. Got it? They are not giving search and find option. You have to, and you would have seen that book for the first time in your life. Which page, what to search? You understood? And you will search and write, but 1 or 2 case studies, because 4 hours will not be sufficient. So 2 case studies you will write, which means you are attempting for 50 marks. When you are attempting for 50 marks, how do you expect 40 marks? Not possible, right? MCQ they will give full marks, but descriptive they will not give full marks. So because of which in IBS you will not be able to get good marks. Maybe you will be managing to get some 40s, etc. This side DT also suppose 40 and all, IDT also 40 and etc. Which means that you have successfully cleared all 3 papers but unsuccessful. You understood? In aggregate. Got it? So IDT, if you are aiming for 80 plus, what happens? Suppose if IBS you are not able to get good marks, DT also you are not able to get good marks, definitely it will save you in that group. Not only that group, if you are writing both the groups, it will give you the benefit even in group 1 also. So that's the reason why our target should be what? Come on, 80 plus, whatever the case may be. How much difficult the question paper may be, but my target should be 80 plus in indirect tax. If you set the target like that, and when you prepare, definitely you will see success. On the worst side you will see success. On the flip side, I am telling you, on the benefit side or on the positive side, it will also push you for the rank. Why you should not aim for rank? Is ranks only for North Indian students? Yes. So only North Indian students should get ranks. So you should not get ranks. And you don't deserve ranks or what? Why are you not aiming for ranks? Every time pass, enough. So just let's move ahead, no? So let's aim for rank. What's wrong in aiming for rank? Sir, I was not a ranker in foundation. It's okay. I was not a ranker in intermediate. It's okay. So why you should not be a ranker in final? There are many students who were not rankers in foundation and inter, but they are rankers in final. You know that? Possible, boss, possible. And I don't know about others, but I'm so happy when institute made the attempts as to May and November. I was the happiest person because there is an ample time. When it is September and January, students were not listening to me. They were telling, sir, we will write one group because 3 months. You will never get the opportunity to get a rank. Now that as there is a time, you will write both the groups like before. When you are writing both the groups, trust me, when you write both the groups, ranker versus a student who normally clears, there is no much difference. I am not asking you to aim for All India rank 1. No, I never said that. I am talking about 50 ranks ICA is giving. Whether you are a All India 23rd rank or 43rd rank, you are a ranker, correct or not? Ranker is ranker. Am I right? So 50 ranks they are giving. And are they giving only for 50 students 50 ranks? Come on. No, what they are doing? Same rank they are giving to 4 or 5 students also if the marks are same, because the rank is based on the mark. Correct. So please aim for a rank. What will happen? Worst come, you will clear in the first attempt. Correct. On the positive side, you are a ranker. Correct. And some people may object what I am telling now, but that's the reality, because I have seen from the employment side and I am talking. Today in employment, the first criteria of selection is ranker. It's unfortunate. I too don't agree to this, but that's how they are selecting. Shortlisting is being done now. Ranker, first shortlisting. Thereafter, first attempt. You know that in your campus interview, you have to mention the attempt. Whether you cleared in the first attempt or second attempt, like that, you need to mention in your campus interview. That is a criteria, or that is a filter for the purpose of shortlisting the candidates. You got it? So even if you have taken multiple attempts in foundation, even if you have taken multiple attempts in intermediate, all these things can be overturned when you are scoring very good marks in final. So the target should be like this. Target 1, plan A, rank. Plan B, first attempt. No plan C. Okay. Only plan A or plan B. There should not be any plan C. No other compromise. Prepare well and do hard work. It's going to be few months only. It's not going to be few years. And when you can see the success in few months, why you should not put that effort? You should definitely do that. Is that clear? So 80 plus in indirect tax. Not only that, every subject 60 plus. Okay. Target this and you will be surprised. Somewhere in top 10 or top 20 your rank will be possible. Because you just see the rankers marks in the past attempts, you will know the reality. Even in indirect tax, those who got 62 also got a rank. You got it? So therefore it is possible, and indirect tax is a scoring paper. If you are aiming for rank, indirect tax will push you. If you are scoring for clearing the first attempt also, indirect tax will push you for that. So now that I have said the importance of this subject, okay, not only for career, also for your exams. How many of you here are appearing for November 26th? Okay, super. And rest and all for May 27. Anyone appearing for November 27? Fine. So I just wanted to give you a little clarity here. So if you are appearing for November 26 exam, all the changes 6 months before your exam month will be applicable for your exam. So it is 6 months before November 26, April, 30th April. So as on 30th April, whatever changes that has happened, so that will be applicable for you. It's not like Finance Act and all for indirect tax. It is only for income tax. For income tax only the Finance Act will be applicable for May and November exams like that. But in indirect tax there is nothing of that sort. Even it may be a Finance Act, but if the change is made applicable by 30th April, then that will be applicable for your November 26 exam. Is that clear? So which means whether Finance Act 2026 is applicable for November 26 exam when it comes to indirect tax? Yes. Few changes which were made effective by 30th April. They have made effective by 30th April one change in Finance Act. In place of supply, there is a concept called as intermediary services. For intermediary services, the place of supply previously used to be location of supplier. Now they changed it to general provisions, and that particular change happened from 30th March 2026. Even though it is a Finance Act 2026 amendment, but it is applicable by 30th April. So therefore, it is applicable for your November exam. Is that clear? So what is the cutoff date? Those who are appearing for November 26? 30th April 2026. Right now we are in June 1st. So means we are going to cover all the amendments of November exam. For those who are appearing for May, what is the cutoff date? 31st October. As on 31st October, whatever changes are there, that will be applicable for your May 27 exam. May 27 exam. But right now we are in June. And this batch may go up to August mid. Then how can I cover all those amendments? It is not possible, because I cannot do time travel and all and go forward and see what are the changes and come back. I am clueless. So if you observe from May 26 to November 26, hardly 4 or 5 amendments only. May 26 to November 26, 4 or 5 amendments only. November 26 to May 27, so far 4 or 5 amendments only, but further more is there. Again, those who are appearing for November 2027, so what will be your cutoff date? 30th April 2027. I don't know what and all will happen by that time, maybe World War 3, 4, 5 also. Really we are not knowing about it. But remember, the basic structure will not change. GST, customs, everything will be there. But these incremental changes, now that the law has been settled to a greater extent, the changes will be some cosmetic changes only, not a drastic changes. Amendments will be there, but not much. So again, this July, they are going to have a GST council meeting. And in that GST council meeting, so they are just thinking of changes with respect to the rates, and because now that country needs more money. Simple, 40,000 crores was the estimated unplanned expenditure because of the increase in the fuel prices. So when the fuel prices increased in the international market, government did not pass on entirely. So they have got some burden. So to the extent of 40,000 crores was the estimated unplanned expenditure. Now unplanned expenditure, every time when it comes, there will be unplanned GST council meetings also. For what reason? To discuss and deliberate upon increase in the GST rates. Simple. If they increase it by 1% or 2% also, they are going to get the benefit. Already the benefit was enjoyed. Before elections, they announced the GST rate cut. Proper, marketing, digital marketing, everything was done. It had a positive impact in the election. Now that elections got over, everything normal. Next election is in 2029 only. So now again they can increase, but slowly it will increase. We will only know, public will not know. When there is a rate cut, people will know, because good propaganda, marketing, everything will be done. But when rate increases, everyone will keep quiet. Okay. So we will know the reality. So mainly GST council meeting, rates related changes only they are going to table. For your exam, that rate related changes is not applicable. So usually at CA final level, there won't be any expectation from the student to remember the rates. Rates for goods and rates for services. Even at intermediate level when you studied, you never remember the rates. At final level also, you don't have to remember anything related to the rate. So rate related changes, that's not a problem. But procedural related changes, etc., that will be the amendments. Now that everyone is agitated with GST, I don't think so they will touch the procedural aspects, etc. Maybe they can simplify things, but they will not change much. So sir, what are you trying to say? There will be changes, but the changes are minimal. Hardly some 5 to 10 amendments or maximum 15 amendments, not beyond that. So rest assured, you can happily attend this batch even if you are appearing for November 2027 exam. And for your respective exam attempt, every 6 months, I will be posting amendments in my YouTube channel. So amendments for November 26 exam, amendments for May 27 exam, amendments for November 27 exam. You just keep that amendments video, and the PDF also I will be giving for free only. You download that PDF, just incorporate the changes in your book, that is sufficient. Got it? This is for those who are appearing for May 27 and November 27. Some of the amendments I am going to cover here itself. Up to the completion of batch, whatever amendments that I will be completing, I am talking about thereafter, till October. After August mid till October, those changes alone I am talking about. Is that clear? Fine. Next. So this is your volume 1 book. So total you will be having 3 volumes of book, 3 volumes. You don't have to refer anything else. Whatever resources that you wanted to study or buy, etc., everything I will only give. You don't have to buy anything separately. Don't waste your money, because already you have spent lot of money in classes. So what, 10,000 plus GST, 11,800 rupees, and too much money it is actually. That much money you are paying, then there is some responsibility on my side also. That's the reason why everything I will only give. You don't have to incur anything extra beyond this. Let's see what are the resources that you are going to get, because if you are not receiving it, you should question me. Okay, so it's like election manifesto. So books, when it comes to books, you will be receiving, so total 6 books you will be receiving. Don't get afraid. So 3 volumes of resource book. I will be taking classes from this only. So fully it will be having everything, study material and all. We don't have to refer, because everything I incorporated into this, and I made it colorful, full multicolor, because nowadays colors only we will be seeing. Black and white and all we don't like. Everywhere people are asking colors. Okay, movie also colors, reality also colors, so book also colors. Okay, like that. And full color book only. And we will be taking classes from these 3 books. Then, so this much information, how to revise, sir? That's why I am giving you one That's It book, which is a summary book. Whatever information that is there in these 3 volumes of resource book, the crux of it, not entirely. If entirely I give, then 3 volumes of That's It book I have to give. So the crux of it, the summary of it, I have given in That's It book, which you need to keep it for revision. As many number of times as you can, you need to revise. And after completion of every chapter, I will be posting a revision video in my YouTube channel. Okay, so that in your break time, in your lunch time, whenever you feel like sleepy, etc., at that time you just cover that, wherein each chapter will be not more than 1 hour. Okay, so therefore this revision from That's It book, that book also will be with you. You have to do revision as much as you can. Then you will be getting solved workbook. This solved workbook will contain past exam questions from May 2018. May 2018. Okay, not 2024. 2024 is a new syllabus, but GST started from May 2018. Every question I have included, and your study material questions, past exam questions, study material questions, RTP questions, selected MTP questions, and even other sources like CMA final, CS professional, like that also I have included. Around some 800 questions are there. Full, comprehensive, detailed, answered as per the latest provisions. The problem with ICA resources is that the suggested answer would have been answered as per the provision at that time. but what I have done is that I have updated everything to the latest. So this solved workbook also will be given to you. What you need to do is that once you listen to the classes from these 3 volumes of resource book, you are learning, okay, you are gaining the knowledge, but now you need to apply that knowledge, okay. So when I am taking class, you are actually passive, you are not active, you are just listening, you are not actually putting any effort, you are listening to me, so you are in a passive state. You should be into active state. So that active state should come after the classes. So you need to revise, and thereafter you need to practice as many questions as you can. Got it? So these 2 will be your companions. That's it book and solved workbook. Revise it. You know the subject, darlings. You know the subject. So you need to revise it, and you need to practice as many questions as you can. Got it? Then. So one more book also, booklet also we will be providing, that is Concept Grills book. This is again for classroom. So these 2 is for classroom purpose. So once we learn the subject, we are going to practice some concept questions. Small questions, mainly for MCQ purpose, because in MCQs, they will be taking a small concept or one twist and they make a question. For that purpose, we are going to learn concept drills in the class itself. But this That's It book and solved workbook is for your practice. And in class, few questions we are going to solve from solved workbook also, like important questions, etc. and all, just to know how it will be tested in exam. So this is how you will be given with all the resources. This, if you complete itself, it is enough. Beyond that, you don't have to buy anything else. Is that clear? Beyond that, you don't have to download any resources from Telegram. You don't have to take any printout. You don't have to take any spiral bind, etc. and all. Enough. This is enough. You got it? Don't create a bookshop at your home for one subject. Keep this formula simple for success in CA final. One subject, one book, one faculty. Clear? You understood? No multiple things, because we were not having information, but today the problem is that we have lot of information. We are in that zone now, full of information. Wherever you go, everywhere information is available. But now in this place, what you should do is that you should make clearly as to one faculty. You would have decided for one subject, correct? So that faculty, whatever he is telling, listen to him. Enough. I am not telling I am the best faculty, I am the great faculty, etc. and all. You trusted na, you inquired, right? So can we attend this faculty classes? So without inquiry and all, you will not come and sit in the class, correct? So Tharun sir, we can go. So what's there in a name or what's there in this face? Nothing. So it's all about some kind of review you would have taken, or you would have attended my classes at intermediate. So because of which, okay, fine, you would have decided. So trust me, I will not cheat you. Sir, this much of experience I have, sir. Got it? So therefore I will not cheat you, and I will give you the proper information, proper knowledge only. And like that, for every subject, every faculty is great. According to me, faculties are great, because lot of sacrifices they are doing, and you go and you be successful in your life, but the faculty is in the same stage, like a ladder, correct? They are in the same place here, like a ladder. Your teachers and your faculties, what is the growth in their life? Nothing. They will be there only. You will grow into a greater extent. So many of my students are today vice presidents, presidents, and many companies, CEOs, CFOs, but I am here only. I don't have any, like disappointment, etc. and all, but I see them and I feel like their success is my success. Every teacher is like that. So therefore, to become a faculty, it's a God gifted thing, and every faculty is really special. The moment you trust a faculty, trust them wholeheartedly. So am I speaking like a boomer? No, right? Okay, fine. So that's reality which I am telling. Surrender yourself. Surrender yourself to the guru whom you have chosen. Definitely things will fall in line. Don't go in search of multiple sources. Don't go to Reddit and post, can I attend his classes? Before attending, you can. But after attending, what's the point in asking? You got it? So that's the reality. One subject, one faculty, one book. No multiple resources. One book. Fully complete. Before touching another book, that book you should have completed. This chapter, that book will be good. No. No. Because a number of books are there with us. We cannot read everything. And remember, we should activate our photographic memory. Because sitting in the exam hall, actually the questions are such that not from one particular concept. They will connect 2-3 concepts and create a question. Which means your mind should jumble between 2-3 concepts. If your mind needs to jumble between 2-3 concepts, you need to know what is it. It should flash in your mind, which means your photographic memory should be so good. What is that photographic memory? Simple. So when you see one girl, so the moment you see her, you will not forget her face. You will think that it is love. It's nothing of that sort. It's just the chemical reaction that happens in the brain, and it's only called as infatuation. Okay. And love is nothing of that sort. Seeing itself, when I close, I can remember her face. Then I have to love 1,000, 2,000 people then. Okay. Come on. So that is not love. And it will not work out that way. That is photographic memory. It's work out. Why it will work out? Because because of our age, etc. and all, so the chemical reaction happens so fast. But seeing a book, it will not happen. No reaction will come. You got it? So then how to activate our photographic memory? Keep on looking at it. You understood? When you keep on looking at it, so people will say, whether you like or not, when you keep on looking at someone, when you keep on looking, you will fall in love, you will fall in, relationship, etc. Something of that sort. So look into the book. Please have a good relationship with the book. The more number of times you see the same book, the more number of times you see the same page, it works out. Trust me, it works out. Sitting in the exam hall, when you close your eyes, that image will come in your mind. That particular chart, including the mistake or including what you have, annotated, everything will come in your mind. It will happen. That's the reason why if you see rankers books or those who cleared in the first attempt books and all, the books will be so nasty. Okay, so dirty. You will not feel like touching the book also. That much ugly it will be. They will make it like that. Fully pages will be coming out. Lot of things they will scribble and keep, etc. of that sort. Because repeatedly when you see that, so it will get stored in your mind. Because lot of students, in the past, those who did not clear, they will be asking me, sir, please give the changes. Amendments you give as a separate. We don't want to buy new book. Not that we cannot afford. See, That's It book is somewhere 400 rupees. 400 rupees and all, today it is definitely affordable. But you know why they are not going for a new book? I was also thinking, what's the problem in buying a new book? They're telling we will give you 400 rupees also. But we don't want to buy a new book. Why? Because already with the old book they would have studied. Now if they go with the new book, so they won't feel like, they don't feel like studying it again. So they want to read from the old book and make the changes. Why? Because that is the reason in the exam hall, they will be able to recollect that information faster. You got it? So this is a scientific reason. That's the reason why every time That's It book you need to keep next to you. Whether you are traveling or you are, keeping idle or about to sleep. While sleeping also, rather than scrolling, keep the book. You understood? Yes, everyone will do that only, no? So going to bed at 9 o'clock, but sleeping time will be 11:30. 2.5 hours, what will happen? 2.5 hours will go into a different world and we will come back. Where and all, God only knows. Okay, different places. And sometimes bathroom also for half an hour and we will come out. So, but let's, save that time for the purpose of preparation. Got it? Then, after books, and sir, when we will receive our books? All the books are in print because, as I told you, all the changes up to April, I have to incorporate, and I sent the books for printing. And in the recent 3 weeks, you know what has happened in the global. So because of the Iran fight, etc. and all, paper cost has increased drastically because we need to import paper. Paper is not available in India. We are importing the paper. So printer is telling that paper stock is not there. That's the reason why it took time. This week, tomorrow you will receive volume 1 book, and this week and next week almost every books you will be receiving. But we sent it for print from our side. So they are printing it and they will be delivering it to you. So within 15 days from today, you will receive everything. Got it? Don't worry. And tomorrow you will receive volume 1 resource book. From there we will be starting the classes with. Got it? Next. When it comes to test series, now this is the crucial part. Many students ask me, sir, why do CA students, like parents also, recent past I have interacted with lot of parents. They were asking me, why will there be a failure in CA? So even I was also not knowing the answer. Sir, as the age grows, maturity grows. As the maturity grows, they should be able to cope up with the standard. Then why will there be failure? So actually speaking, I don't know about external factors, I am talking about internal factors. When I thought about it, I came to know up to 12th, the students will be so sincere. What they do? Daily they go to school. After school they will sit and study. There will be graded test like quarterly, half yearly, pre-final, final, correct? The moment you guys enter into CA course, what will happen? You will go to the classes, and the classes itself will be for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, like that. Fully you will be drained. And final level, needless to say, because you need to go for articleship after classes, etc. The torture also will be there. And you will not have time to study first. You have time to attend the classes, but you are not studying. Just keep this in mind. You are not having time to study. You are not writing any test. You are just reading, going for the exam. You are not writing test. As you are not writing test, you don't know whether you learnt has been applied or not. And thereafter, you never got the opportunity to rectify the mistake. For example, you learned something, a question came, and you wrote the test, and you have flunked it. When you flunked it, you have a learning opportunity. What is that learning opportunity? Okay, this is not the way to approach this question. There is a different way. You are learning that particular mistake. From the mistake you are learning, and this exercise is not happening. Directly you go to the exam and do the mistake there. But the mistake when you are doing in the exam, it is going to cost you 1 attempt. You got it? Clear? So where do we fail is that we are putting the hard work, but that particular hard work is not being tested. So it should be tested at the frequent intervals. So for that purpose, I have designed a test series. What we will do is that after completion of each and every chapter, chapter number 1 you leave it, because the chapter number 1 is nothing. First of all, it is not there in syllabus also, it is just introduction to GST. So after completion of every chapter, you will be having a MCQ test. Because if I give you paper test and all, you will not write, I know about you, okay. MCQ means maybe you will sit selecting the options from your mobile, means it will be easy for you. You will do that, correct or not? I know. So that's why after completion of every chapter, you need to do the MCQ test. And those who get top 3, I will give you prize also. Got it? Done. Some motivation created. What to do? Bribe starts here itself, okay. Then you only will tell everywhere bribe is there, corruption is there, like that. So fine, you do that, and I will reward you also. MCQ test will be there after completion of every chapter, that is just to apply the concept what we have learnt. Then there will be 4 quarter portion tests. What is this quarter portion test? The entire syllabus I divided into 4 parts. Okay, so total we have approximately some 32 chapters. And what I did is that, so GST I made into 3 parts and customs and FTP as 1 part. So total 4 quarter portion test. This is like a graded test. The moment we complete that particular chapters, for example in GST, so 5 chapters, first 5 chapters, the moment we complete, we will have a first quarter portion test, like that. So quarter portion test, but this will be for 50 marks and this you need to write. So it will have objective as well as descriptive. You need to write this test and don't expect me to evaluate. I cannot sit and evaluate, but I will give you this stepwise marks so that you can evaluate yourself. Done? So if you have written this, what is the step marks, etc. and all, so that you evaluate yourself. So you will know where you are standing. Got it? Next. So you have revision number 1. First revision happens when you are writing MCQ test. Second revision will happen when you are writing 4 quarter portion test. Then 2 half portion tests. This is after completion of the batch. By the time the batch gets completed, this 4 quarter portion test you need to write, so that during the batch itself you are covering the 2 revisions. After that you need to write 2 half portion tests, that is test number 1 and 2 merger 1 half portion, test number 3 and 4 merger 1 half portion, but that will be for 100 marks. So now third revision is happening. Then again you will write 1 mock test. So this mock test will be 1 month before the exam, that is somewhere like November is your exam. By September all these things will be over. You write that 1 mock test, so that you have done 4 revisions. Now 1 day before the exam you will do the 5th revision and you go for exam. Let's see who will stop you. You got it? No one. Even I say, if they think also to fail you, they cannot fail you. Clear? Sir, then if I am focusing on this way for this subject alone, what about other subjects? Who asked you to read only indirect tax? I said you need to write this test. Then how much time, sir, I need to spare? That also I am giving you. For this MCQ test, hardly you need to spend half a day. You need to revise it once and you need to take the MCQ test, half a day. Got it? Next, for this 4 quarter portion test, you need to allocate 4 days. Morning you start revising the topics. Evening 1.5 hour you can sit and write the test. 1 day you need to allocate. Okay. So half a day into, I told you there are 32 chapters, which means you need to spare hardly what? Some 15 or 16 days. Okay. And thereafter 4 days for 4 quarter portion test, 2 days for 2 half portion test and 1 day for 1 mock test. This is the number of days you need to spend for revision. 16 plus 4, 20 plus 2 plus 1, 23 days you need to spare for indirect tax revision purpose. Got it? Clear? So if you take chance here, it's okay. It's okay. Even without revising also you go and write the test. That's a learning, it's fine. But this is the minimum number of times. Sir, I am writing both the groups and now only I have to complete my preparation of other subjects, etc. and all. I don't have time. At least spare this 4, 5, 6 and 7 days. 7 days also I cannot spare, sir. Do one thing, go to Valur Kotam, there will be one share auto, go to the beach, go and fall there in Bay of Bengal. So no use. No use. Okay, then why to do CA filing? Correct. So 7 days, minimum 7 days at least you should be sparing for revision. That 7 days also, if you don't have time, I don't know what to say. Then, so that is about this. And let's start with the first chapter. So today we are going to focus on the first chapter, that is Introduction to GST. Actually this first chapter is not there in syllabus per se. So what they did in the study material as an appendix they have given. First chapter is actually supply under GST, but in that supply under GST they gave it like an appendix. So this introduction to GST, but you have studied it long back, this topics and all, and with one assumption I am going to take this batch, that you haven't studied CA intermediate, you came to CA final directly, okay, fine, that's okay, right? Suppose if you feel like, sir, all these things I studied at intermediate, super, great, keep it for yourself, okay, but for the benefit of all the students, I am going to teach everything from the scratch, because some 2 years before you studied intermediate and on the day of result itself you forgot everything. So by now I don't know what you remember, etc. and all, for that reason. And this introduction, first of all we need to know how GST is formed. How GST is formed and what were the indirect taxes which we had in the past. So look into the third page. So you know about direct tax, indirect tax now, I don't want to start from there, right? That you know. Okay, tell me what is direct tax versus indirect tax? Burden, thanks, burden. Sir, direct tax, the person who is paying the tax will have the burden, sir, but indirect tax, the person who is paying will not have the burden, he in turn transfer the burden to the next person. Like this it will keep on going, and who will have the ultimate burden? Consumer. The person who is consuming the goods or services will have the ultimate burden, that is about indirect tax. Okay. Second question. Can there be both income tax and indirect tax on the same transaction? Possible or not possible? Direct tax as well as indirect tax on the same transaction. Possible. Possible. Always possible. Simple. I have a property. That property I am giving on rent. On the rent I have to pay GST, and on the income of the property I have to pay income tax. I am transferring a capital asset, I have to pay GST. On capital gain I have to pay income tax, and if I have business or profession, on my gross receipts or sales turnover I need to pay GST. On my income, that is profit, so income, that is revenue minus expenses, PGBP, I have to pay income tax, correct? Which means that on every transaction there is both indirect tax as well as direct tax. So don't complain that there is a double taxation. Got it? It is there. It is by default. It's a basic nature. We have both. Sometimes exceptions are also there, that we have income tax but we don't have GST. We have GST but we don't have income tax. Example, if you take salaries, on salaries there is no GST but there is income tax. If you take trust, charitable trust, any charitable activity, there is no income tax, correct? But only on specified charitable activities there is no GST, on remaining charitable activities GST is there. Same way, house property, if it is a residential property, there is no GST. There is a residential property given on rent for residential purpose, there is no GST. But even if it is a residential property, there will be income tax. Correct? Deemed to let out property we have, even if it is self-occupied like that, but that concept we don't have in GST. Like that, there are a lot of shaded areas between GST and income tax. So when we are learning GST, you may get a doubt in income tax. You should get that. You should get that. The moment you get that, what you need to do is that after class you need to go and refer the income tax. Now this is your IBS preparation. You got it? Understood? So when we are learning, to the extent possible I will connect it, but I may not be able to completely connect. So as a student, what is your job is that wherever you feel like these shaded areas and all is there, you need to refer income tax also, so that you will be having a clarity. Got it? Then, so therefore there can be both direct tax as well as indirect tax on the same transaction. Which gives more revenue to the government? Direct or indirect? Indirect. Why? Because indirect tax is basically regressive in nature. Irrespective of your income level, whatever may be, you have to pay the same amount. And moreover, it is like pickpocketing from the people. No one knows that they are paying indirect tax. The moment you purchase a product, the moment you receive a service, in that product or service itself, it is embedded. So recently, one of my friend has imported one car. This Mini Cooper, you know, Mini Cooper. That Mini Cooper, yes, like that one car he imported. It was some 48 lakhs. Okay, 48 lakhs is the car. He was boasting, no, this car is this, that, etc. and all. I could not tolerate beyond a point of time. I said, okay, so what? This is a Swift car in that country. So his blood was boiling, you know, Swift car in that country. Where is Swift, where is Mini Cooper, etc. and all. And I told him, see boss, car price is this much, GST is this much, customs duty is this much. So which means your car is hardly 15 lakhs. Okay, maybe Swift automatic high-end model, okay, reality. Then rest of the things what you are paying and all is the duties and taxes, but psychologically you feel 48 lakhs car I purchased like that, but not the case, correct? So today when we attach ourselves to the product or service, we think the product or service is this much worth, so unknowingly we are paying the indirect taxes. That's the reason why the indirect tax revenue is more. That's why always government preference is indirect taxes. They may abolish income tax also, but they will never touch indirect tax. They wanted to earn as much as they can. And what is the date from which the indirect tax revolution has taken place in India? 1/7/2017. So before 1/7/2017, we had indirect taxes levied by central government. What were those indirect taxes levied by central government? Central excise duty, customs duty, central sales tax and service tax, not VAT, service tax. These were the 4 indirect taxes levied by central government in the past. Central excise duty, customs duty, service tax and central sales tax. Why only central government? Why can't state government? State government also have power to levy the taxes. Why both governments they have divided? Again, I need to go back to the constitution, 7th schedule to the constitution. In the 7th schedule to the constitution, they have divided the power to levy taxes between the union and state. In that, they have given union list, state list and concurrent list. In union list, they have specified, being a central government, you have to levy tax on this. State government should levy tax on this, like that they have separated the powers. So due to that reason only, few taxes by CG, few taxes by SG. Now, so out of these 4, which got merged into GST, which got subsumed into GST? Central excise duty got subsumed into GST, service tax got subsumed into GST, central sales tax also got subsumed into GST, but customs duty not subsumed into GST. Why customs duty not subsumed into GST? No specific reason, they don't want to touch customs. The moment they tamper customs, the international trade will be affected. If international trade is affected, completely there will be massive imports and reduction in exports, because of which the rupee will depreciate crazily. Already today rupee is depreciating, correct? And if we are touching customs, something happens there, then 1 rupee will be 200, $1 will be 200 rupees. You got it? So because of that reason, initially they did not touch. But going forward, what's the future? They are going to bring customs into the ambit of GST. That's there in the timeline. So the moment GST gets stabilized, international trade gets stabilized. So they want to bring customs into GST. Maybe 2 years down the line, we can expect that the customs will not be there. But today, is customs into the GST or outside the ambit of GST? Outside the ambit of GST. Got it? Central sales tax, who will levy? Name itself has central government. On what? Intrastate sale or interstate sale? What is intrastate? Within the state. What is interstate? One state to another state. In which case central sales tax is applicable? Logic. Because within the state means state government should have control. Between the states means central government. So therefore central government will levy. Correct? What is levy means? Imposing tax. Imposing tax. But who will collect it? State government will collect it. Keep this in mind. Central sales tax who will levy? Central government, but collected by state government. Okay. But the other three, central excise duty, customs duty, service tax, who will levy? Central government. Who will collect? Central government only. Is that clear? Then we have some indirect taxes levied by state government also. Those indirect taxes levied by state government also subsumed into GST. Please look into page number 6. Okay, see here. There are some indirect taxes levied by state government that also got subsumed into GST. We never knew that it was levied by state government. So what are they? You read. First one, value added tax. Value added tax. Value added tax is levied by state government. When interstate sale is central sales tax. Intrastate sale is value added tax. Okay, next, purchase tax. No, continue. First is value added tax. Second one is what? Purchase tax. What is purchase tax? It was there. All these were in the past. Now it is not there. Purchase tax is on account of purchases from the other state. For example, you are in Tamil Nadu. You are buying rice from Andhra Pradesh. As you are buying rice from Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu government will levy purchase tax on you because you are not buying rice from Tamil Nadu, but you are buying from Andhra Pradesh. Like that we had purchase tax in the past. You got it? Value added tax for sale. Purchase tax is for purchase. Next, tax on lottery, betting, gambling. So government, state government used to levy that lottery tax, betting tax and gambling tax on lot of betting activities, lotteries, etc. Then next one, entertainment tax. On what? Movie actors, cinema actors, cable TV operators, cinema theaters, on all kind of entertainments, they used to levy entertainment tax. Who? State government. That also subsumed into GST. Next, luxury tax. In case of hotel accommodations, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star accommodations, you need to pay extra tax called as luxury tax levied by state government. That also subsumed into GST. Next, advertisement tax on the hoardings. So when we keep big hoardings, then these dividers and all, we keep, banners or flute boards. On the back side of the bus we keep the ads, correct, stickering. All these advertisement, previously they used to levy advertisement tax. Who? State government. But now that got subsumed into GST. What are the 6 indirect taxes levied by state government got subsumed into GST? Value added tax, purchase tax, lottery betting tax, entertainment tax, luxury tax and advertisement tax. These 6 are levied by state government, subsumed into GST. Answer me, what are the other indirect taxes levied by state government that not got subsumed into GST? Levied by state government that not got subsumed into GST. State, very good, state excise duty on alcohol and on some match boxes, etc. These industries, they will be levying state excise duty that not got subsumed into GST. Anything else? Have you heard of professional tax? Yes, that is also not subsumed into GST, correct? Even today it is there. Local body tax in Maharashtra. Like that, there are some indirect taxes levied by state government not subsumed into GST. What about local authority? Whether local authority is having power to levy tax? Yes. Municipal tax, someone was referring there. Municipal tax or corporation tax or property tax, all these local authorities taxes also not subsumed into GST. Got it? Entertainment tax is also levied by local authority today. In cinema theaters, on cinema theaters, there is entertainment tax levied by local authority that not got subsumed. Is it clear? So, that is about taxes subsumed into GST. There is one more point, additional customs duties. Additional customs duties, CVD and SAD. What is it about? Let's try to understand this CVD and SAD's impact. Say there are two people, Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. A is importing smartphone. Mr. A is importing smartphone. And Mr. B is locally purchasing smartphone. Locally purchasing smartphone. And this is before 1/7/2017. Before 1/7/2017. You tell me on import what will be there? Customs duty. So customs duty on smartphone. Suppose if you are locally purchasing a smartphone, what will be the burden, tax burden, indirect tax burden on you? First, this smartphone will be manufactured out of the raw material. That raw material needs to be imported. On import of that raw material, they will pay customs duty. In turn, that customs duty will be recovered from you. So therefore, customs duty on raw material. See, indirect tax is what? Paid by one person, in turn recovered from the, correct? Which means that if they pay customs duty on raw material, will they keep it with them or they will recover it from you? Naturally, they will add it to the cost and they will recover it from you. Next, the smartphone has to be manufactured. When the smartphone has to be manufactured, they will pay excise duty, central excise duty on manufacture. Excise duty on smartphone. Next, they have to sell the smartphone. When they sell the smartphone, they have to collect the tax. What tax? Sales tax. Sales tax on smartphone. Now tell me, who is having more burden of tax? Mr. A or Mr. B? Mr. B. So naturally, because of this, what will happen? Imports will increase or decrease? Increase. When import increases, what will happen to the economy? Deficit balance of payments. So rupee will depreciate. So due to that reason, as a finance minister, what you should do? You are the finance minister of the country. What will you do? You have to increase the local purchase, correct? You have to increase the local purchase. If you need to increase the local purchase, you have two options. Option number one, eliminate the excise duty and sales tax on smartphone. So that here customs duty on raw material will be less, here customs duty on smartphone will be more. So naturally, people will buy locally purchased smartphones. This is option one. Option two, you can bring excise duty and sales tax here. Okay. So if you bring excise duty and sales tax here, I mean you can add more taxes here. When you add more taxes here, this will become costly. So locally purchased smartphone will become cheaper. So people will buy locally. So which will you prefer? Option 1 or option 2? Option 2. Very good. So that's how the finance ministers are born in the country. Got it? Because you never thought about people. You never thought about people. Got it? So, Ariyar, when we increase that much, how people can afford? No, you never had that thought. So don't complain today, you know what is happening, because she is also from this crowd only. You got it? So nothing wrong to say, every finance minister, they are bothered only about government revenue. We need more money, more money, more money, like that. So naturally, they have added two more taxes here, that is CVD. To counterbalance is excise duty. SAD, to counterbalance is sales tax. What is the full form of CVD? Countervailing duty. To counterbalance what? Excise duty on imported article. On imported article there is no excise duty, but on locally manufactured article there is excise duty. So to counterbalance that, they have brought in CVD. Then SAD, for what reason? To counterbalance the sales tax. On imported article there is no sales tax, but locally manufactured article there is sales tax. So to counterbalance it, they have brought the SAD. What is SAD full form? Special additional duty. CVD full form? countervailing duty. SAD full form, special additional duty. And don't worry, I gave it in the footnote. Okay, I gave in the same page number 6, below you can see. Customs duty is not part of GST, but additional customs duties like countervailing duty to counterbalance excise duty and special additional duty to counterbalance sales tax are forming part of GST. Also, I told you entertainment taxes levied by local authorities are outside the purview of GST. Got it? Understood now how GST is formed? Clear? First point, all indirect taxes levied by central government except customs duty got subsumed into GST. Second, additional customs duties like CVD and SAD to counterbalance excise duty and sales tax also got subsumed into GST. Number 3, that is local authority taxes not got subsumed into GST. 4, state government 6, value added tax, purchase tax, entertainment tax, luxury tax, lottery betting tax, and then advertisement tax got subsumed into GST, others not got subsumed into GST. Clear? And what are the major indirect taxes that we have at present? GST and customs. That's why in your syllabus you have GST and customs. It does not mean other indirect tax is not there, it is there, but which is levied by state government. So as and when you practice, at that time you will learn about it. Okay? And what is FTP, sir? Because in your syllabus you have 3: GST, customs, FTP. What is FTP? Foreign trade policy. Let's try to understand what is the difference between customs and FTP. Foreign trade policy talks about what to import and what to export. How to import and how to export is given in customs. You understood the difference? Which means the brain of the international trade. Example, can I import nuclear weapons? Yes or no? No, I am not supposed to import nuclear weapons in India. Where is it given? Under foreign trade policy it is given as prohibited, means I cannot import it. Are you understanding this? So the brain of international trade, what to import, what to export, that decision making is done in foreign trade policy, which is a separate ministry. Foreign trade policy is under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, whereas customs is under Ministry of Finance. Why they separated it, sir? They can give it to Ministry of Customs, like Ministry of Finance itself now, sir, even what to import, what to export. Actually speaking, in India, we should encourage exports and discourage imports, correct? Imports are subject to duty, exports are exempted from duty. If you give it to Ministry of Finance, there is a conflict of interest. How? If they encourage exports, there is no revenue. If they discourage imports, there is a fall in the revenue. Why will they do that? They cannot do that. So the separation has happened. So they gave it to Ministry of Commerce and Industry, the objective of international trade, to promote the international trade, and that's where they come out with a plan of action. That plan of action is known as foreign trade policy. You have that also in the syllabus, but one chapter, hardly for 5 marks they will be asking a question on that. Okay. So GST, customs and FTP. When customs is applicable? Only on import of goods, export of goods, that's it. Okay. So when customs is applicable, goods, that too import of goods, export of goods. When GST is applicable, on all other transactions like sales, service, everywhere GST will be applicable. Majorly our time we will be investing in GST, because GST is for 80 marks. 80 marks is GST and customs is for 20 marks. Customs and FTP put together is for 20 marks. So that is your question paper pattern. So here in paper 5, indirect tax laws, GST, that is for 80 marks, customs and FTP is for 20 marks, and you will be having question number 1. First part A will be MCQ part. Part A is MCQ for 30 marks. Okay, but in this 30 marks, hardly 4 marks is only customs. Okay, 4 marks is only customs. Remaining 26 marks is GST. Customs will be straight away MCQs. Straight away MCQs means question, 4 options, that's it. But GST is not like that. They will be giving a case scenario. 1 2-page or 1-page information will be there, a paragraph. After that, based on that paragraph, they will be creating the questions. You might be knowing about this because in intermediate also you would have studied that way. So, I am just showing you as to how the case scenarios will be. So, this is your case scenario booklet published by ICI, and they have given around some 55 case scenarios. Okay, and I will tell you which and are case scenarios you need to refer. Important one which are connected to the subject, like topics which we will cover. As soon as we cover, I will tell you, that alone you practice. And in this, what they do is that they will give a scenario like this. One 2-page information is there, you can see, and based on this they will be asking the multiple choice questions, which means if you need to answer this, you need to read thoroughly the the paragraph. All the questions answers will be based on that paragraph only. Got it? So, if it is direct MCQs, everyone will be able to clear. That is the reason why they have changed this. And if you feel MCQ is a scoring area, you are making a mistake. This is not at all a scoring area. MCQ is only for those students who are thorough with the subject. Okay, we can do some way and get the answer. No. Every attempt, every student will find difficulty in these MCQs. Okay. So, therefore, you have to be thorough with this, then only you will be able to answer. Then part B. Part B, descriptive. This descriptive is for 70 marks. In this, question number 1 is compulsory question, and this compulsory question for 14 marks. This compulsory question is for 14 marks, but the problem is that this 14 marks question is not just based on one chapter. Total, we have 6 chapters. Based on 6 chapters, they will be asking this question, compulsory question. So, if you see the index of this, you have got this PDF, no? I mean, this index. In this index, supply under GST, exemptions, levy and collection under GST, place of supply, value of supply, input tax credits, and sometimes time of supply. So, except this, even levy and collection under IGST, except this composition scheme, this chapter number 2 to chapter number 9 is for compulsory question. So, if you need to answer the compulsory question, this many chapters we should have completed. You got it? So, what they do is that they give transactions. I will just show you how the question will be, so that you will get an idea. So, this is one question paper. Question number 1, usually same template. They give some transactions, around some 4-6 transactions are there for outward supplies, 2 transactions for inward supplies, some additional information. Based on this, you need to compute the net GST payable. Okay, this is how the question will be. Now, every transaction we need to analyze, we need to check whether it is supply, whether it is exempted, who will pay GST? Forward charge means supplier will pay GST, reverse charge means recipient will pay GST, and sometimes valuation, how much should be taken as value, and what is the input tax credit, everything we need to compute, and finally we need to arrive at the net GST payable. Usually 99, not 99, 100% the question will be like this only. Transactions they give, but the problem is that analyzing those transactions as to whether it is taxable or exempted, FCM, RCM, that is breathtaking. It will take lot of time to arrive at the answer, and we need to be a pro in this. Okay, but we can do this only when we are good in these chapters. These chapters, if you are not knowing this, we cannot do. Okay, so that's how they kept the twist there. First question. Next, between question number 2 to question number 6, between question number 2 to question number 6, you need to answer any 4 questions. Any 4 questions. Each question will carry 14 marks. So out of 5, only 1 question is choice. You have to answer for 14 marks, but here we have 3 parts. Part A, Part B, Part C. Part A will be GST for 5 marks, Part B will be GST for 5 marks, and Part C will be Customs and FTP for 4 marks. Always Part C will be Customs and FTP for 4 marks, which means you need to write 4 questions. Question number 1, compulsory GST. This completely on GST. This completely on GST. So Customs and FTP only 4 marks question. It's not like you can give it on choice, because they are not giving Customs and FTP separately. In every question they are giving it as a Part C. Means if you need to complete that question, you need to know Customs also. And 4 into 4, 16 plus 4 marks MCQ, that's a weightage of 20 marks Customs. Understood? 4 marks questions pa, you have to write 4. 4 into 4, 16 plus 4 marks MCQs, that's a weightage of Customs. We will not take much time in Customs, it is lesser time only compared to GST. Hardly some 30 hours we will be allocating for Customs, but remaining 150 hours of our time will be only in GST. Got it? You understood the paper pattern? Now coming back to this, I was telling about how GST is formed and what are the various indirect taxes that we have at present. Now tell me whether income tax is single tax or dual tax. What is single tax versus dual tax? If only one government collects it, it is called as single tax. If 2 governments collects it, it is called as dual tax. Income tax who will collect? Central government. And what they do with that? What they do with that? Fully for their self? No. They will give it to states during budget. During budget, they will allocate for certain schemes or projects, etc., to the states. That's how the income tax will be spent. But what happens in that? The states may not get its due share. For example, you take Kerala. Kerala, never it is going to be a part of central government, because so far it was Communist Party and they will neither be into Congress or BJP, and BJP for the last 12 years it was BJP only. So which means Kerala, Karnataka, Telangana, even Tamil Nadu, so they will not get anything. Even now Tamil Nadu did not support the ruling party, ruling central government, which means they may not get the due share. If that be the case, then how the states can survive, because they have certain expenses to be incurred. For that reason, India followed dual GST model, wherein states also should have some tax revenue in order to meet the public expenditures. So we have dual GST model, where both central government and state government parallelly will levy the taxes. Got it? And in many other countries also we have GST, but that GST is a single GST model. Only in few countries we have dual GST. India adopted dual GST model from Brazil and Canada. You can see about dual GST model. Dual GST model refers to levy of GST simultaneously by both center and state. On what? On the common tax base. And as India is a federal country where both center and state have the powers and responsibilities, that's why they created this dual GST in order to protect the fiscal federalism. And dual GST model is adopted from which countries? Brazil and Canada. In Singapore also we have GST, and in Dubai it is called as VAT. GST only, VAT and GST both are same only, no other difference, okay. So, but all these are single models, but in India we have dual GST model, got it? And what is the ratio? What is the share between central government and state government? 60-40, 30-70, 50-50, 50-50. Always it will be 50-50. For example, 18% is the GST, 9% will go to central government and 9% will go to state government. That's why CGST 9%, SGST 9%, like that it will be levied. Got it? Next. And what are the types of GST? For that we need to first know whether it is intrastate supply or interstate supply. Supply is the taxable event under GST. What is taxable event? One event on happening of which the tax will be levied is known as taxable event. In income tax you call it as basis of charge. For example, transfer of capital asset, any gain arising out of transfer of capital asset, then only capital gain tax will be applicable, correct? Only when there is an employer-employee relationship, income from salaries will come into picture. Like that, some event should be there. On happening of that event, there will be tax, that is called as taxable event. In case of customs, what is a taxable event? Import or export. In case of excise duty, what is a taxable event? Manufacture. When you manufacture, you need to pay excise duty, otherwise you are not required to pay excise duty. In case of service tax, what was a taxable event? Providing services. In case of central sales tax, what is a taxable event? Interstate sale. In case of VAT, what was a taxable event? Intrastate sale. Like that. So whenever an event happens, at that time the respective tax will be applicable. Like that, for GST, what is a taxable event? Supply. What is supply? We have a definition, and that is one chapter which we will learn next. So, but just now understand that what is a taxable event under GST? Supply. This supply is divided into two, intrastate supply and interstate supply. Please look into page number 7. Intrastate and interstate supply. If location of supplier and place of supply are in the same state or same union territory, it is intrastate supply. If location of supplier and place of supply is in the same state or same union territory, there are two factors. What are the two factors? Number one, location of supplier. What is the location of supplier? You cannot generalize like that, na? Think and answer. Location where supplier is living is location of supplier. Okay. What is RAM? Random access memory. Memory which can be accessed randomly is known as random access memory. Like that and all, don't tell. Okay. So think and answer. If you are registered, that registered place, correct? Usually GST registration we need to obtain. That registered place of business is known as the location of supplier. Suppose if they are registered in one place but rendering services in a fixed establishment elsewhere, that fixed establishment elsewhere will be taken as the location of supplier. Possible appa? For example, I am registered in one place but I am taking classes here, which means I am rendering services here. So what will be the location of supplier? This building will be the location of supplier. Why? Even though I may be registered in some other place, but the fixed establishment or the business establishment from where I render services will be the location of supplier. Suppose if I am taking online classes, I am not taking classes in my home. I am taking online class, some place I am taking. Now what will be the location of supplier? In the absence of these two, the usual place of residence. The usual place of residence, my usual place. For example, freelancers. Today lot of freelancers are there, correct? Content creators are there. Content creators will earn money or not? Yes, sir. Yes, definitely they will earn money. Amazingly they will earn money. Minimum 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs per month. This is the earnings, okay, 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs per month with a YouTube channel of somewhere like 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs subscribers and all. If they are having this much money, they can earn. Not only YouTube revenue, by endorsing the products, promotion, acting as influencers, etc. and all. That too, if they support a political party, needless to say, okay. We have not two people, root mafia and pen mafia. So these two are there. You might not know about it. So they played a major role in the elections, these elections, and ensuring TVK great victory, etc. and all. So content creators will get money from different sources. Are they required to pay GST? Of course, yes. They have to pay GST. But what is the location of supplier? No one knows. No one knows. So usual place of residence. Their usual place of residence will be taken. Sir, content where they create, sir, somewhere on road they will go and they will create. Sometimes they will go into some other's bathroom and they will create there. We don't know, because wherever possible they can create content, and this usual place of residence will be taken for freelancers. Okay. So it is the location of supplier. 3 points I told you. Number 1, where they are registered. Number 2, fixed establishment or business establishment. Number 3, usual place of residence. What is place of supply? Depending upon the transaction, the place of supply will vary. Sometimes location of recipient is a place of supply. Sometimes location of immobile property will be taken as the place of supply. So depending upon the transaction, which we will be learning at a later point of time, that's a separate chapter altogether. In the index you can see we have a separate chapter called as place of supply. There we will be learning about it. If the location of supplier and place of supply is in the same state or same union territory, it is intrastate. Then tell me, what is interstate? Location of supplier and place of supply is in 2 different states or 2 different union territories or a state and a union territory. Then it will be called as interstate sale. Interstate sale. 2 different states, 2 different union territories, a state and a union territory, it is interstate supply. If it is intrastate supply and that too within the same state, CGST and SGST will be payable, or CGST and UTGST will be payable. If it is interstate, IGST will be payable. Now tell me, what are the various taxes that we have in GST? CGST, SGST, UTGST, IGST. What is the full form of CGST? Central Goods and Services Tax. Who will levy? Central government. And when it will be levied? Intrastate supply. What is SGST? State Goods and Services Tax. And who will levy? State government. Again on intrastate supply. What is UTGST? Union Territory Goods and Services Tax. Who will levy? Central government. For Union Territory there is no separate government. So central government will be levying. On what? Intrastate sale. And what is the full form of IGST? Integrated Goods and Services Tax. Who will levy? Central government. On what? Interstate sale. That's what I have given in the next page. CGST for intrastate, levied and collected by central government. SGST, levied and collected by state government. IGST, so levied and collected by central government. UTGST, levied and collected by central government. Now listen. In case of IGST, the dual GST model is not achieved. For example, intrastate you take. Within the state we have CGST, SGST. CGST will go to central government, SGST will go to state government. Even if it is union territory also, there is a division, correct? So state equivalent is union territory, there is a division, CGST, UTGST like that. But in case of interstate supply, there is only IGST. Means the purpose of dual GST is not achieved. For that reason, what happens here, you see, for example, there is a supplier and this supplier is located in Tamil Nadu and there is a recipient who is located in Karnataka. Place of supply is also Karnataka. Place of supply is also Karnataka. What is the nature of supply? This is interstate, correct? this interstate supply. This is interstate supply. To central government, this supplier will pay IGST. Understood? The supplier will pay IGST to central government. In this IGST, 50% will be retained by central government. Only 50%, because what is the share I told you? 50-50. So remaining 50%, they have to give it to state government. Which state government? State government of Tamil Nadu, state government of Karnataka. Why state government of Karnataka? Because GST is a destination based consumption tax. As GST is a destination based consumption tax, it will go to the consuming state. You got it? Are you understanding? So out of IGST, what will happen? 50% will be retained by central government. Remaining 50% will be retained by state government, that is consuming state. Consuming state. Therefore, GST is destination based consumption tax. Sir, what about earlier? Earlier, before 1/7/2017, what was the scenario? For the same transaction, there used to be CST, Central Sales Tax. When? Before 1/7/2017. At that time, it was a origin based taxation, which means it will go to the originating state, Tamil Nadu. But in GST, it is a destination based tax. From origin based tax to we moved to destination based tax, which means wherever the goods and services are consuming, the revenue should go to that particular state. That's how it has been made. Is that clear? Then tell me, what are the union territories that we have? General knowledge. Pondicherry, next. Delhi, Uttar Pradesh. Diu, Daman, Dadra, Nagar Haveli. Goa, someone said Goa. Who? Tell. Goa, wherever liquor is available, wherever you wanted to go, don't tell those places as union territories. Okay. See, we have total 8 union territories. Concentrate. Listen. We have total 8 union territories. 3 union territories are with state legislature, which means it will function like a state only, but it will be called as union territories. So fully it is not a state. Fully it is not a state, but we have assembly, we have elections, chief minister, etc. and all. It will function as a state. What are the 3 union territories with state legislature? On the top, Jammu and Kashmir. Next, Delhi. Then Pondicherry. These 3 are called as union territories with state legislature, and there SGST is only applicable. You got it? Not UTGST. Namesake only union territory, but SGST is applicable because it is with state legislature. Okay, va? Next, there are 5 union territories which are completely union territories under central government, where UTGST will be applicable. What are they? Just listen. India map you take. To us, on the left and right, we have Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep. Okay. Thereafter, we have onto the top of our state, Tamil Nadu, we have Chandigarh. Okay. Next, near Maharashtra and Gujarat, Daman, Diu, Dadra, Nagar Haveli. That is now one union territory. Again on the top, Ladakh. These 5 are considered as the union territories without state legislature, and these are not given to the state, completely under central government for the purpose of strategic advantage. Reason, simple reason if they anyone try to attack from South India, we have protection these 2 sides. States may be compromised, but union territories are under central government, that cannot be compromised. States can be compromised, because if one particular CM, if he collects some crores, no, so he may allow. Got it? Possible. But union territories, no chance, because it is under central government. At the same way, on the top, Ladakh, because of China. Then again, so we have Daman, Diu, because of this side. From Pakistan, easily they can enter. Then Chandigarh, because of the West Bengal, etc. and all. So therefore, these are union territories without state legislature. Which act will be applicable? Which GST will be applicable? UT GST will be applicable. Now answer this. Take page number 9. Take page number 9. Location of supplier, Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Place of supply also Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. What is the nature of supply? Intrastate or interstate? Intrastate. And what is the type of GST? CGST and UTGST or SGST? SGST. Just now I told you there are 3 union territories with state legislature where SGST is only applicable. Then location of supplier, Union Territory of Ladakh. Place of supply also Union Territory of Ladakh. What is the nature of supply? Intra or inter? Intrastate. What is the type of GST? CGST and UTGST. Why? Because Ladakh is considered as Union Territory without state legislature. Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and Union Territory of Ladakh. Intra or inter? Interstate. And what is the type of GST? IGST. Will there be 50% sharing? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Ladakh is under whose control? So that's why fully retained by central government. 100% to central government. Because Ladakh is Union Territory without state legislature, that is under the control of central government, so no sharing. Next. Location of supplier, Arunachal Pradesh. Place of supply, Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Nature of supply? Inter or intra? Interstate. What is the type of GST? IGST. Will there be 50% sharing? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Why, sir? Jammu and Kashmir is Union Territory with state legislature, means like a state government, so we need to give 50% to them. So 50% to Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. You understood the reason? Next. See the next one. Location of supplier Chennai, place of supply Coimbatore, nature is intrastate supply. What is the type of GST? CGST. Who will be levying and collecting it? Central government. And then SGST, levied and collected by state government. Location of supplier Tamil Nadu, place of supply Karnataka, it is interstate supply. Type of GST? IGST, levied and collected by central government and 50% shared with state government of Karnataka. Sir, really they will share, sir? Definitely, yeah. They have to do that. Central government should do that. They have to share that. Okay, they cannot keep or they cannot retain it. But there are some discrepancies in distribution. They are not properly distributing. I mean, they have to give 100 rupees means they are giving 60 rupees, 70 rupees. 30 rupees they are not giving. That's where states are, agitated and they are fighting with central government. Why they are not giving? See, I have profit, but I don't have cash. Possible? Possible or not? How? Cash flow. Profit is there. My business is profitable business. But I don't have cash. Why? Maybe sales is on credit. Correct? And or maybe I have a huge capital expenditure for which I have used the cash. Are you understanding? So like that, government, they have to give, but whatever funds they have, they are using it for other purpose. When they are using it for other purpose, they don't have money to pay. That is the issue which is happening now. Okay, they are just rotating the money and they are giving it for different projects, different sources, etc. Because what to do? Today, people started depending on government. One thing which I hate in this country is that people are dependent on government. Why the people should be dependent on government for all basic necessities? Monthly 2,500 or monthly 1,000 rupees, and some states and all 10,000 rupees also they are giving. So why all these things I don't know. Why should money be given to the people here? And infrastructure needs to be created, but they are giving the money What is the point in that? Now funds will not be available. You got it? That is a big issue that is happening in the country. So, but they have to share at any cost, they have to share, and they are doing it. 50% shared with state government of Karnataka. Then third, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, place of supply Puducherry, interstate supply, type of GST, IGST, levied and collected by central government. Will the 50% be shared? Yes, 50% shared with Union Territory of Pondicherry. Number 4, location of supplier Delhi, place of supply Delhi, nature of supply intrastate supply, type of GST, CGST and very good SGST, CGST by central government, SGST by Union Territory of Delhi. Then Chennai, Tamil Nadu is the location of supplier, place of supply Chandigarh Union Territory, type of GST, IGST, levied and collected by. Will there be sharing? No, 100% retained, because Chandigarh is a union territory without state legislature. Then location of supplier Chandigarh Union Territory, place of supply also Chandigarh Union Territory, intrastate supply, type of GST, CGST and UTGST. CGST will go to central government, UTGST will go to central government only, because for union territory there is no separate governance. So it is under the control of central government, so it should go to central government only. Now this is about the types of GSTs. You can see the previous page in the types of GSTs. IGST, levied and collected by central government and 50% shared with consuming state based on place of supply. Understood? Based on place of supply, but I did not say consuming union territory. I said only consuming state. Based on place of supply it will be given. You understood? And I have given in the first pages itself what are the union territories with state legislature, without state legislatures. You can see that information, page number 5. Page number 5. There itself I have given Delhi, Puducherry, Jammu and Kashmir are union territories. Constitutionally they were given partial statehood. So CGST, SGST applicable. Other union territories Andaman and Nicobar, Chandigarh, Dadra, Nagar Haveli, Daman, Diu, Lakshadweep and Ladakh. Okay. Now CGST levied by whom? How many central governments? 1. So how many CGST acts? So there will be 1 CGST act. And IGST levied by how many? 1. So 1 IGST act. UTGST levied by for 5 union territories. So 5 UTGST acta, 1 UTGST acta, because government is same, even though there are 5 union territories, but the government is 1. So therefore 1 UTGST act. SGST levied by how many state governments? How many states? 28 plus 3. How 28 plus 3? 28 states plus 3 union territories with state legislature. So how many SGST acts? 31 SGST acts. CGST act we are going to cover fully. And IGST act, whatever sections that we have, that we are going to cover. Okay. So these two we are going to cover in CA final. But UTGST act and SGST act is not there in syllabus. So when we will learn, you don't have to learn. You don't have to learn. Whatever is there in CGST act, the replica is SGST act. So CGST act, Control A, Control C, open another Word document, Control V. Okay. Change wherever the reference is there to central government to state government. Save as that state SGST act. That's it. Here section 3, there also section 3 same. Here section 9, there also section 9 is same. There is no change. Is that clear? So you don't have to learn SGST act separately. By default, when you learn CGST act, the same is there in SGST. And the same is there even in UTGST. Okay, only difference is what? This is within the union territory. This is within the state, this is within the union territory. That's why they have not given this. IGST Act also, whatever sections which are relevant. So whatever sections we have in CGST, the same is there in IGST also. But extra sections what they have given in the syllabus. So that's why we will be learning CGST Act as well as IGST Act. Whenever I am referring to any section, that will be CGST Act. If it is IGST, I will stress that this is so and so section of IGST. Otherwise, any section, because CGST we have a number of sections, all those will be CGST Act only. IGST hardly some 10 sections we have. That 10 sections to 12 sections alone we will be remembering as of IGST Act. For example, just now we saw intrastate, interstate. Actually the definition is from IGST Act. Section 7 of IGST Act deals with interstate supply. Section 8 of IGST Act deals with intrastate supply. Section 7 is inter. Section 8 is intra. 7 and 8 of which act? IGST Act. Year is 2017. You should make an effort to remember the section numbers also. Okay. Sir, is quoting section numbers relevant in exam? Yes. Yes. It is always relevant. You have to quote the section numbers. What if I am not quoting the section numbers? Don't worry, your marks will not be deducted. What if I am quoting a wrong section number? Definitely marks will be deducted. There is negative marking in CA final for your information. Yes. If you are not writing something, okay. If you are writing something wrong, they have every right to reduce the marks. This is for your information. Be careful. It's not what you blabber in the paper. Got it? It's not what you are writing. It's not the quantity. It's the quality. This is not a board exam. Don't write some stupid things or assumptions which you don't know. Leave it. Otherwise, unnecessarily in some place where you need to get marks, from there they will do the deduction of marks. You got it? But this is unofficial. It is not official. It is unofficial. Only those students who got the evaluated answer sheets, they will be knowing this fact. As I have seen many answer sheets, that's why I am telling you this fact. And this, if you see in social media, different places, lot of students have made an issue about it, how ICA can have negative marking, etc. and all. But reality is that they have right to reduce the marks. Got it? Now, so don't quote a wrong section number. If you don't know, at least write as per the provisions of CGST Act 2017 or as per the provisions of IGST Act. But at final level, minimum to minimum, few section numbers you try to make an effort to remember. Subsections, okay. At least section number. I am not asking you to remember like income tax. You know, if you take so big list is there. No, just the section. No subsection, no clause, nothing. Rule numbers also, no, unless otherwise it is very important rule number. By mistake we will remember in the class. Okay, that it's okay. We will remember and we will write that. But you don't have to make an extra effort in remembering rule numbers, but at least section numbers, please, you have to make an effort. So section 7 of IGST Act is what? Interstate supply. Section 8 of IGST Act, intrastate supply. Good. Now, you can see what are the goods which are covered under the ambit of GST and not covered under the ambit of GST. Take page number 11. Position of goods under GST in comparison to earlier system. Say this. Whether alcohol is subject to GST? No. Why is it not subject to GST? Because it was under the state list. It was under the state list. When constitution amendment happened to bring in GST, they did not agree. States did not agree. Because states were enjoying the autonomy of levying the tax on alcohol. So not even 1 rupee they are sharing with the central government. Okay. And it's like complete autonomy is there over there. And suddenly if central government is coming and telling, no, 50% I need, means how states will agree? So they did not. So that's the reason why, no sir, please don't enter into alcohol. It is our domain. One drop also we will not give it to you. Okay. And that's the reason why GST is not applicable. It doesn't mean that the GST, if not there, means the price of the liquor is less. No, no. Because state excise duty, CST and VAT, all these things are there, which goes to close to 33%, 38% also in some states, which is more than the GST rate. You got it? So, therefore, at present, there is no GST on alcohol. In future, never. Never it is going to be there on alcohol, because it is completely outside the ambit of GST. Then what will continue? On manufacture, state excise duty will go to which government? State government. CST will go to which government? Even though levied by center, but it will be collected by, today only I told you this, okay. CST, even though levied by central government, but it will be collected and retained by state government. Then value added tax, state government, okay. So for GST, it is excluded and the exclusion is permanent. What are the three alcohol products? In intermediate you studied only one. Thereafter they added two more. Total now three products we have. What are those three? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, that is finished product. Then two raw materials. What are the two raw materials? Denatured. It is actually undenatured. Undenatured extra neutral alcohol. Undenatured extra neutral alcohol and rectified spirit used in manufacture of alcohol. These two are raw material for alcohol. Listen, say there is a liquor manufacturer. His output, that is whiskey, beer, rum, brandy, etc., that is not subject to GST. But to make that, he will buy the raw material, but that will be subject to GST, and he cannot even take input tax credit. You understood? His raw material is subject to GST. Sir, this is raw material, sir, which is available. Yes, available. Open market it is available. Yes, you can buy and you can boil it. That's what lot of people in villages, etc. and all, they will boil and they will drink, but they don't know how to boil it up to what centigrade, and beyond a point if you boil it now, it will become poison. That's what they will drink and they will die, and government will give ex gratia and all for them. So this usually happens, okay. But, and of course it is illegal. So no one is supposed to do that. It is illegal, and legally the distilleries will be doing it, and the raw material is subject to GST. Now we need to benefit them. Very much important for the country, no? Got it? So as their raw material is subject to GST, because of which they have a GST burden and they cannot take ITC, their profits is affected. So we are concerned. So therefore that also excluded from GST. Well, let them be happy, because they are manufacturing medicine. With that, lot of people are surviving, okay. So they kept it under the outside the ambit of GST. So what are the three alcohol products here? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, undenatured extra neutral alcohol, and rectified spirit. Then petroleum products. Always petroleum products, is a good bet for the state government, because when petrol price increases, the blame goes to central government. Correct? But actually speaking, the state government also should take the blame, because both are culprits in this. Not only central government, state governments also. Was simple. If state governments don't have any say in the petrol price, then why do we have difference in the petrol price in different states? Across the country, petrol price is same. It will vary, no. Which means state government is levying VAT and CST on petroleum product, but the blame goes to central government. So therefore states did not agree. No, don't bring it. But central government outright did not accept. They said, right now fine, but at a future point of time, as and when decided by GST council, we will bring it in the ambit of GST. I am telling this for last 7 years, I don't know when they are going to bring it into the ambit of GST. So petroleum products, 5 petroleum products, and it is subject to central excise duty, CST and VAT, but the exclusion is only temporary. And what are those 5 petroleum products? Crude oil. crude oil, that is from the earth what we get, crude oil. Then processed, once crude oil is processed, we get petrol and diesel. But which diesel? High speed diesel. High speed diesel. Petrol is also known as motor spirit, then high speed diesel. Then aviation turbine fuel, and finally natural gas. These are the 5 petroleum products. See there. So what are the 5 petroleum products? Crude oil, petrol, high speed diesel, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas. Then tobacco and tobacco products, there is a speciality. But apart from these 2 products, all other products are covered under GST. But tobacco and tobacco products, we have GST as well as central excise duty. Because central government wanted to levy tax on tobacco products in order to discourage the consumption of tobacco and tobacco products. This is something which for my logic I will not agree. Why to increase the tax? Better ban it. Correct. See, if you increase tax for the sake of reduction in consumption, this is a wrong notion. If you increase tax, a person who is addicted don't mind spending. So he will complain when the petrol price increases by 2 rupees, but he will never complain when the tobacco price increases by 2 rupees. He will spend. Got it? And he will tell, because lot of people will tell, if petrol price increases, what is my problem? Every time I will fill the tank for 500 rupees, like that only he will tell. Let it increase. I will fill fuel only for 100 rupees. Like that. No, let the price increase, but I need tobacco consumption, I will consume. So therefore, this increase in tax is actually stupidity. Instead, they should ban it. But they are levying the taxes, central excise duty, which goes to the central government, and GST. In the GST, again 50% will go to the central government and remaining 50% will go to state government. Apart from that, all other goods, we don't have any other indirect taxes except GST. Old indirect taxes is not applicable. Out of this table, tell me what are non-taxable supplies. Alcoholic liquor, 3 alcohol products, and 5 petroleum products. Now answer this. With this we will conclude for today. Kerosene oil, whether GST is applicable or not applicable? Yes, because it is not a petroleum product. Not a petroleum product. It's not there. Kerosene oil is not there. Crude oil, petrol, diesel, aviation turbine fuel, natural gas. Kerosene oil is not there. Cooking oil? Yes. Why? Not an alcoholic liquor. Just name wine is there. Don't take the bottle and consume. Nothing it is. Okay. There won't be any liquor content. Just the essence. Okay. To make cakes, etc. they use that. LPG? Yes or no? Yes. Because natural gas is different from liquefied petroleum gas. So liquefied petroleum gas is not a petroleum product. That's why sometimes at home you should see the bills. Whatever your parents are spending, see, next time gas bill will be there, na? You see, in that CGST, SGST will be there. Beer? Why? Alcoholic liquor. But sir, the percentage of alcohol is very less in beer, which I heard. I too don't know. I heard of it. Seriously, I don't know. Now, even if percentage is less or percentage is more, it has alcohol. Therefore, it will be subject to GST or not subject to GST? Not subject to GST. What about cough syrup containing alcohol? Sir, beer also alcohol is there, cough syrup also alcohol is there, but the moment we say cough syrup, it will come under the category of medicines. So that will be subject to GST. So just because it is a dry day, no one will buy water bottle of cough syrup and consume, correct? So cough syrup containing alcohol, yes, because it will come under medicine. Engine oil, yes, because it is not a petroleum product. Spirit used in manufacture of alcohol, no, specifically excluded, correct? Specifically excluded. Rectified spirit used in manufacture of alcohol. Fine. So with this, we'll stop today's session. And in tomorrow's class, today what we discussed is just the introduction and what will happen in the batch, etc. and all. Today we are going to continue with this chapter and we are going to discuss input tax credit. So it's an important area, that introduction. This first chapter, whatever we are going to learn, all these are small concepts which is essential for other chapters. Because if you don't know the basics, at the time when we learn the other chapters, you will get a doubt. What is it like that? That's the reason why all the basic concepts I am covering in this chapter itself. Got it? Thank you. We'll continue tomorrow. And tomorrow morning, same, 6:30. Okay? And just 1 minute you wait.